Hello, Lil Dude.
How are you, cockmonger?
Oh, Lil Dude, life has got me down lately.
How is that possible, cockmonger? You are usually so happy and well balanced.
I know, Lil Dude. It's just that relationships are so hard. And I'm really trying to get it right this time. I used to think that Cindy really could be the one.
Used to think. What has happened lately?
Cindy just doesn't have a sense of humor.
No.
Not at all.
And being around you has not helped.
No.
But you are so funny.
I am.
You are always laughing and joking around.
I know.
You are fun and uplifting to be near.
Completely.
You are like a divine visitation upon this earth, sent to bring tears of joy to the hearts of poor children everywhere.
That's what I try to tell Cindy.
But she just doesn't enjoy having a good time.
No. She is a downer. Not only does she not enjoy having a good time, but she frequently gets angry when I have a good time.
That sounds like a psychological problem on her part. Maybe she should see a psychiatrist to figure out why she doesn't want anyone around her to enjoy their lives.
That is a good idea. I mean, this is getting ridiculous.
There is only so much that one man can take. Even the best of men.
And I am at my wit's end. I don't know what to do. Like, you know how I like to give surprises.
Yes. Women usually like surprises.
Not Cindy.
No.
No. Not at all. Like just the other day, she was kissing me, and I decided to give her a surprise. I held her face close to mine, and as we were kissing, I blew a large amount of air into her mouth. Just for fun. Then I looked her in the eyes and shouted, "Surprise."
That does sound like a surprise.
She looked surprised. I burst out laughing.
You were having a good time.
A great time. But Cindy just looked at me with this mean stare. I don't know what her problem is. Sometimes she is just an insensitive bitch.
Have some patience. She will come around.
I don't know. She hasn't yet. There was this other time. This is so funny. You're going to like this story. So Cindy and we were at the bank. I guess I wrote a check on her account and she was bitching at the bank, trying to get them to waive a fee or something. Not my money, so I wasn't really paying attention. But the bank person had this little plastic tube of thumbtacks on her desk.
Thumbtacks?
Yes, you know, not the ones with the large plastic handles, but the metal ones with the flat blunt end. So anyway, I see the thumbtacks, and my mind just starts thinking, surprise.
You do love surprising people.
Yeah. It is a great way to lighten up the mood. So I asked Cindy to get me a cup of coffee from a coffee pot they had in the lobby. While she was away, I surreptitiously put a thumbtack, pointy end up, on her chair.
What a surprise she was in for.
Well, you would think. But the surprise really was mine. She just sat right down. Didn't notice anything.
What?
Yeah. Just sat right down. I don't know how it was possible, but it must have been aligned perfectly or something. She didn't even notice the thumbtack going into her pants.
So what did you do then?
Well, I had to get her up out of her chair again. So I made this motion like I was paying attention to whatever the bank person was saying, and I subtly spilled my cup of coffee onto Cindy.
Smooth.
I know. So Cindy gets up and goes to clean herself off. When she does, I put another tack on her chair waiting for her.
Did she jump up in excitement this time?
No. It was crazy. She just sat right down again.
Maybe she just can't feel her cheeks.
That is not it. But I was laughing pretty hard inside now, because she had 2 thumbtacks in her jeans, and she didn't even know it.
So what did you do then?
I asked her to get me another cup of coffee.
And she got up again to get you another cup of coffee.
Of course she did. She's a woman. So this time, I was very careful with where I placed the tack. Rather than placing it in the center of the seat, I put it off to one side.
Did that work?
Boy, did it ever. Cindy came back with 2 cups of coffee. She gave me one, and she sat down with the other one at her lips. She hit the tack right in the center of her left cheek, and jumped up, screaming. She got coffee all over herself.
That is hilarious.
It was awesome. But the best part is that when I burst out laughing, I lost control, and I spilled my coffee all over her too. She was soaked. She looked up at me, and I shouted, "Surprise!"
That must have lightened the mood.
No. Cindy was a wet blanket. She looked at me, like I did something wrong. I don't know where she gets off. She didn't say another word to me the whole ride home.
Now that's uncalled for. Communication breakdowns are what cause most breakups.
I know. I tried to tell her that she's taking life too seriously, and she should be able to laugh at herself.
That's good advice.
I know. I told her she should be able to laugh at herself like I do. But she just told me that she didn't want to talk. What a bitch.
She's got to come down off of that high horse someday.
I don't know when that is going to happen.
One can only hope, for her sake, that this happens before she loses you. Otherwise, she will spend the rest of her life regretting what she did to destroy the relationship, and longing for the life that she could have had.
That is the truth. But so far, I don't see any sign of her coming around.
No.
No. Like, for example, there was this other time when I gave Cindy a big surprise. This was epic. You are going to split your sides when you hear this one. I don't know how I even thought of it, but I did.
Your creative sense of humor is your gift.
Yeah.
It is what you give to the world.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
I got some habanero peppers at the store. When Cindy was out shopping one Sunday, I pureed the habanero peppers. Then I slowly cooked them down into a paste. I added a little extra virgin olive oil, but not too much. It was the consistency of the last drops of sludge that come out when you change your motor oil.
And what did you do with this habanero paste? It sounds like you were going to cook a spicy dish and have dinner waiting for Cindy when she got home.
No. I am not the woman. Cindy is the woman. I put the habanero paste in a small jar, and put the jar in the nightstand by our bed to wait for the right time. Cindy came home, made dinner, and massaged my feet while I watched football. At the end of the football game, we went to the bedroom and began to get romantic. Cindy has such a cute face. She makes the funniest expressions. So I put on the condom, and then, without her seeing, I put a big dollop of the paste at the very tip of the condom. You should have seen her face when I put it in her.
Oh my. That is hilarious. Did she scream?
Not at first. At first, she had this confused look on her face. Sort of inquisitive. Like, "What's going on here?" She said, "Cockmonger? Do you feel anything odd?" I looked her in the eyes, and yelled, "Surprise!"
I'm sure that was a big surprise.
It was a huge surprise. She started screaming. I mean, she was just screaming like a baby, wailing and wailing in this high, shrill tone. It was awesome. I was laughing so hard. I couldn't stop laughing. I could barely breathe for like a half an hour. Every time I started to get myself together, Cindy would shriek or cry or do something hilarious that just make me burst out laughing again.
You really know how to have a good time. That's why you are so much fun to be around.
I know, right? But Cindy, she was just a bitch about it. She didn't even see all of the effort that I went to make that happen. She just cried until her eyes were red, and sat in the tub for like 2 days.
2 days?
She was being a baby the whole time. I had to get myself my own cereal the next morning and everything.
Some women can be very selfish. But at least you had a good laugh.
Yeah.
Maybe if you keep at it, she will eventually come around. Just keep your chin up, fight the good fight, and she'll learn to appreciate what she has in you.
Thanks, Lil Dude. You're a good friend. I hope you're right.
And if you can't make this relationship work, at least you'll have all of these good memories.
Yeah. Great memories.